As McClellan is marching up the peninsula in his peninsula campaign, there's going to be another campaign in the Shenandoah Valley. There's Union presence there because they know that as long as the Confederacy controls the Shenandoah Valley, Virginia can feed its men. Take out the Shenandoah Valley, and you take away Virginia's capacity to feed anything, even horses sometimes. But nonetheless, while McClellan is marching towards Richmond, Stonewall Jackson is making a name for himself in the Shenandoah Valley. Whenever you think about Stonewall Jackson, other than his untimely death, and we'll get to that in a later video, one of the most notable campaigns that he's involved in is this Shenandoah Valley campaign. And within a couple of weeks, he is able to defeat larger Union armies left and right and push the Union out of the Shenandoah Valley, and just in time to join up with Lee to push McClellan into the peninsula in the 7 Days Battle. So Lee's got a whole bunch of momentum going on. Lee has pushed back McClellan, and they have ridden the Union presence within the Shenandoah Valley. Now it's time to rid another major army within Virginia, and that's under a man named John Pope. Pope vows to live off the land and make the South pay, and it's really the only general that Lee will actually despise throughout the entire war. And Pope is basically a very bombastic person. He comes from the West, and he says, "I come from the West, and where we've only seen the back of the rebels' heads. We will do the same here." Lee just wants to utterly beat the heck out of him, and so Lee goes up and strikes Pope's army near the old Manassas battlefield, and what we now call the Battle of Second Bull Run, or Second Manassas. And he just routs Pope, just utterly embarrasses the heck out of him. But nonetheless, the Pope's and his army escape. They flee back to Washington, D.C., and that's one of the points about all of these victories that Lee is going to be mounting up. We're going to see him again with these victories. And despite the fact that he is embarrassing many Union generals, he's not destroying the Union army. Men are dying, but I mean, honestly, what is he gaining from defeating armies, and other than losing many of his men? The Union army can easily replace men, whereas he can't, and so Lee is looking for this knockout blow in order to preserve his own army and the southern population, and Lee is never able to fully do it, no matter how spectacular a victory he can make. And we're going to see that he's going to try and take that momentum that he has been gaining, and bring it up into the north for the first time.